So I'm not telling you that anybody out there start managing all their money. I actually think money managers do a better job at that. I just think that you guys should,
Be aware of
yeah, and
what's
have
going
your
on.
little play money.
Right. Yeah.
Have a little account with a couple of $1,000 where you're testing things out. Because you guys, your generation is super fascinated with the financial markets.
Yes, I would definitely say that. I have a lot of friends that are a lot more into it than I am.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing, and really the only way that I've been able to learn anything is, like you said, watching YouTube videos and
Yeah.
listening to podcasts and things like that. They don't teach us anything in school about it.
Yep.
They teach a lot of stuff in K through 12 that I will never use again, and a lot of folks will never use again. But something important is that they don't touch on it at all. Take an economics class. I think I did at one point, and it didn't touch on investment accounts and retirement accounts and all the things that actually matter now. So at some point, someone's got to think to kind of make some sort of mandatory class that gives everyone a little bit of the basics so that they know what they're doing and everyone has an equal opportunity in terms of knowing what's going on when they
Right.
step into the career field.
So I know you graduated from FSU, right?
Yes, I did.
So what did you guys do at FSU? Did you get any money management courses? What did you like about college? What did you not like about college? What do you think about higher education in terms of college education?
Well, if you're a finance or an accounting major, you got nothing but it. So they were all set to go. But someone like myself, that's a meteorology major, it's strictly a lot of science and a lot of math, and that's what we need. We
Right.
need that to do what we do.
Right.
And then every college they kind of require certain other classes, like you have to take a history class, certain credits that you need, and a lot of them are good credits. And the other ones are like, why am I taking this class? I don't need to know about this. It's not going to help me at all. So maybe it'd be nice to have one of those required credits to be something that has to do with, managing your money or finance to kind of help you out once you graduate.
So
That would be a nice required
so
credit.
did you guys, like, even with your fraternities and sorority, you were in a fraternity?
Yes, I was. Yeah, Phi Gamma Delta.
So in your fraternity, were did you guys do any money management classes
I
there?
did actually. No, we didn't. Not official classes, but I did learn, a lot more about budgets through my fraternity because
Yeah.
each year they present it to us,
Right.
like we're almost like a board of directors.
Right.
There's a treasurer and he has like a committee and they come up with the budget and then they present it to the brotherhood and then we vote on it and there's a different couple options and stuff. But it was kind of cool to kind of see how that all worked out. And there was other things in there too. They were dropping terms I didn't really wasn't really familiar with, like return on like investments, stuff like that. But it was kind of nice to see it all broken down. That definitely helped me out a little bit in terms of understanding it more.
So when you guys were in your fraternity, see, I was never in I didn't go away to college. My
Yeah.
parents did not allow me to do that. So I never experienced that. So I want to know a little bit more about that world. So were you guys in charge of all of that, or did you
Yes.
have like a faculty? How does that
No,
work?
that was the fun part. We were completely self-sufficient. There's a nationals.
Yes,
There's
yes, yes.
so everything we do, we report back to them,
Yeah.
but they don't tell us how to manage our money,
Right.
and they don't tell us, how much the dues are per year per brother.
Yeah.
That's all up to us
Uh-huh.
and how to spend it. So we were pretty much self-sufficient when it came to that.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
so
That's a good way to learn about money, I
it
think.
came in handy to have like those finance and accounting majors in the
Oh.
brotherhood because those they covered that part. So I was like,
Oh.
hey, if you guys think it's good, I'm good.
Well, I think for finance and I'm trying to. We have a pipeline issue in finance and accounting.
Okay.
It's very hard to find people to because we don't have a good reputation in the accounting and finance field because we have the reputation of working younger people and then they get burnt out.
Yeah.
And I see how that has happened. I left my corporate job
Mhm.
to work with have my own little thing because of raising my kids. So I understand that, and I think it's an issue. That's why we're having less and less people that are interested in the fields. But for me, you can with a bachelor's degree, you can do a lot, which
Yes.
in a lot of professions that's not the case. And they say AI is going to take it over, but they think AI is going to take everything over.
I know, and I think they'll say that for a long time.
Yeah. Well, they said computers were going to take everything over in
Yeah.
our generation.
Right.
Me and your mom's generation.
No.
They said, oh, computers are going to take it over. You don't need accountants anymore. You don't need this anymore.
Still going strong.
Yeah. I do think, what do you think about AI? What do you think in terms of the weather and your profession and things like that?
You know, here's the thing. It can maybe one day, like 5-10 years down the field or something like that, it becomes accurate enough to where I'll be like, oh, okay, like this is doing a good job. If you open your phone and you just click on the weather app that's already installed, a lot of the times it's not very accurate.
Yeah.
It does a good job on days where there's not a lot going on. If it's sunny and 75 out, it's probably going to be spot on.
Yeah.
But definitely down here in South Florida where you get hit or miss showers randomly, it doesn't do a good job at that at all. So the AI still has a while to go in terms of forecasting. But in terms of the human aspect, it's such a big deal on those really important days.
Yes.
When the tornadoes came through and you turn on the TV, would you rather see someone, talking to you in a language that you understand, or have some robot that's just reading blankly, tornado warning in this place for this amount of time? Or you can have someone, like myself or your local meteorologist that can actually talk to you like a human and be like, hey, this tornado is going through the Binks neighborhood right now. So if you live here, go ahead and get inside, get to a safe place, let your family know, let your neighbors know as well. You're not going to get that from it's just an automated message.
You're going to get, so my thoughts on AI, and it's very controversial. Everybody has their own thoughts on AI. I like that some of the mundane tasks that I'm going to have to do and I've had to do. Like, I'm not a big writer, like organizing my thoughts. I could spill it all out on paper, but organizing it will take me more long to do that. Like, it'll take me an hour to spill maybe 5 pages out.
Yeah.
But organize it will take me a whole day.
Right.
So I think that it helps me with that. So it helps me save time that way. But that doesn't mean that I can ask somebody to write my thoughts or whatever. So I do think that if used, everything in moderation, that's my belief.
Oh,
right?
For sure. Yeah.
And with AI, I do think it'll help with some of the mundane tasks. So you can spend more time on, the more analytical things that you need to do with the weather and the human aspect of